It's launch week for my first ever matcha collection for my small business, plus we are prepping for my first ever pop-up at a coffee shop, which I think is the perfect way to celebrate expanding my cozy product catalog. We do some budget-friendly product photography, I reveal exactly how I organize the details of a launch and a self-organized pop-up, we market my products in a way that catches my customers' attention, and, spoiler alert, I do sell out. Here's a look into the week before the most exciting launch of my silly small business owner life. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy. Hello friends, welcome to a week in my life. I'm doing a launch week vlog because we're launching some exciting new products. It is indeed a Saturday and I'll be filming until Friday the 29th because number one, I think it's exciting to kind of see what goes on the week of a product launch for a small business owner, and then also low-key vlogging the whole week kind of keeps me accountable because there are a number of things that need to get done before a product launches, or I should say things that I prefer to get done. A lot of this is unnecessary, but I am trying to make Friday as successful as possible. I care a lot about the collection that's dropping. It is my matcha collection, my first ever matcha collection. First time doing ceramics, first time doing a launch that isn't related to like the seasons. It's related to matcha. So that being said, I have a matcha here from Awika. It's a local spot. I actually have a little packing station set up. This will be the last ever time you see me packing orders right here, because as I film this launch week video, I'm also filming a putting my studio together video, and you'll just have to wait and go watch that video to see where all of this is moving to. But I don't know, I'm very grateful for this space and I'm very happy that I was able to make it work. I've always kind of doubled my personal office space as my small business studio space, so this is nothing like new for me. However, this will be the first time in my life where I'm kind of separating out my personal, like my books, my hobbies. It's like my office for me and my small business. They are now going to be in two separate spaces. I'm so excited. So I'll be shifting around a little bit in this video, but the ultimate priority of this week is to have a successful launch. Before we get into it, I'm going to actually finish up packing these orders just so they're out of the way. I kind of like to start off every week fresh, making sure that I have 0 orders pending on Shopify to make sure that everything gets out to people as soon as possible. I also kind of like packing orders on the weekends. I know like you shouldn't work on the weekend, Monica. I know. But I don't know, I feel less rushed on the weekend because I know it's like work that doesn't have to be done, so I feel a lot more chill doing it. I don't know, that might shift around, but for today, 11 a.m. on a Saturday, we are going to finish up packing some orders and then get into the matcha collection details. I'm so excited. I have such a good variety of candles that I'm packing up today, plus a couple scrunchies, no pouches. I have such a fun idea for my pouch marketing strategy for the fall time, because I think my pouches are so cute and just as desirable as the candles perhaps, but I feel like I don't do them justice on social media and my website. I've also just had candles for longer, so I think I've got the candle like discussion points down pat, versus with the pouches, I'm still kind of figuring out how to describe them in a way that lets you guys know like how cool they are. But I'm really excited for the fall time because I feel like that's also when pouches thrive. It's like the summer and like the holiday season. But yeah, for today, we are just packing up some candles. Some more updates for like enhancements I'm doing. One sec, this is loud. Okay, so this is the year of tiny enhancements for my small business. I've been doing a lot of like little things that might not seem too noticeable, but they are like needle movers, just game changing for me as a business owner, so I could focus on other things and better things. One thing that I'm excited about is that this took me quite some time to pack up because this box is a generic box and it doesn't exactly fit my candle. It's a little bit big, so I have to pad it up a ton with this packing paper in order for the candle to be snug enough where it won't move around when I ship it off. At markets, it's a little simpler because I just wrap it up in some tissue paper, put it in a bag, and people are generally more careful when they're holding a little shopping bag coming away from a market. But when this is being shipped through UPS and going through multiple handlers and being thrown on porches, it needs to be sturdy enough where it can withstand like the shipping process. This whole process would have been a lot shorter and easier and more enjoyable if the box fit the candle exactly. However, that would mean getting a custom box, and that means spending money, and also sourcing a candle box manufacturer that I trust. So I've been putting in some time and effort into making that happen, and I think that's going to happen for probably the end of the fall, definitely the holiday season. I can't wait for that, because this little pile of 6-7 big candles took me some time, when really it's just putting a candle into a box, but it takes me a long time. Okay, last candle to package up before I go and put all these in boxes, like the shipping boxes. Okay, let's pack a couple on camera and then we'll speed around this. This one's going to Antoinette in California. Antoinette, thank you so much for ordering again. I feel like you've ordered for me so many times that I recognize your name, and that warms my heart so much. I don't know if this is a restock or if you are getting this candle for the first time, but Antoinette got the Sandalwood Musk and High Tide candle, the bestseller, the one that we all know and love is the best one. I'm thinking about making more products with this scent. Hint, hint. Perhaps for the Valentine's season. Might even tease it during the holiday season if I'm in the mood. Still loving my packing tape from Vistaprint. I'm thinking about making a fall version of this design for when I launch the fall collection. I wouldn't say that this design is super summery, but I did launch it in the summertime along with my summer collection, so it reminds me of the summertime. I only got 2 rolls of this, and I'm almost out of the second roll, so it might be time to upgrade. It's like a fall design. Okay, and then I use this so that the candle doesn't melt in the summer. This has been working really well. You guys have received your packages and like DM'd me that your candle came perfectly, like not melted or anything, or even the slightest bit of, I don't know, imperfection. And that makes me happy. I just realized I've never really packaged my orders sitting down. This feels like kind of awkward to me. Perfect. And then I'll close this up at the end. Antoinette, thank you so much for your order. And we'll do one more. This one's going to Joss in Washington. Thank you so much for ordering. We got a mini fireside. Beautiful. And actually, a pine berry scrunchie. I always do one last quality check on them before I pack it up. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Joss. I very much appreciate it. Also, once you receive your order, or I think once you get a notification that the product shipped, you then soon after get an email asking if you want to leave a review. And if you do, that'd be great, because it'll help people determine which candle they should get, or which like scrunchie or pouch or whatever. I now have the reviews listed underneath each product item on my website. So if you go and check out the Sandalwood Musk High Tide candle, you'll see people love it because it's the bestseller. Some people will say really constructive things about it too. So like the coffee one, for example, some people say they love it so much, but they wish they had gotten the bigger size, or they wish they had gotten a smaller size, or whatever. So if you have a review that is constructive and you think would be helpful for other people, definitely leave a review. It makes me nervous that people have access to trash my items if they really wanted to, but I think you guys are the best and really great customers. And so far from what I've seen, I've really only seen just like really helpful reviews. So remember to leave a review. I think I'm gonna start sending out discounts to people who do leave a review, just to incentivize giving that little bit of extra feedback. Side note, I'm on the last 24 pages of this book by Emily Henry. It's the last Emily Henry book I haven't actually read. All the other ones I read like as they came out. This one came before I discovered her, so I went back and read it, and I really enjoy it. I mean, I still have a few more pages left, but I think I have a feeling of how it's gonna end, and I like it. Anyway, I thought I would formally introduce you to the Monica's Matcha Ceramics Collection, the first ever. I'm calling this the debut collection because I see ceramics as a big part of Monica's collective from here on out. The goal for my brand, one of the goals, is to make it your go-to place for cozy homebody products. And when I think home, I think a good cup of tea, coffee, matcha, whatever it might be. And I don't sell any cups. You know, I value handcrafted goods. So this is what this first collection resulted in based off of that goal. I showed this in my previous video, but I just wanted to give a little bit more context and show you more details. Now that I've looked at the samples, I've fully decided on what I'm going to say yes to, what I'm going to tweak the next time. But yeah, this is what's going to be dropping on Friday, and it's so crazy to say that. First up, we have my matcha bowl. I'm calling this the debut matcha bowl. I might give it a more specific name, but for right now it's the debut bowl. It's in a light pink that looks glorious with a green matcha in there. Every time I look at it, I just don't want to pour it into a mug because it just looks so cute with the pink and the green contrast. We obviously have the spout to pour the matcha easily, and then the little design is scalloped almost, like a little wavy, because I felt like that fit the brand really well. It's also a big, like a decent size bowl. It's not one of those little ones. It's tall, so when you're whisking the matcha, it won't splash as much on you, because I've had that issue with matcha bowls in the past. You can obviously put anything you want in here. You could use it as a regular bowl. You can, I don't know, do like pour over coffee with it. Like you could do so many things with this, but it is styled as a traditional, like chawan is how you refer to like an actual matcha bowl from Japan. That's what I was going with. The inside is so smooth. There are like no bumps. And at the bottom, we have some little lettering that says Monica's to let you know that you did get this from Monica's Collective. Well, I also have the logo of Sarah, who is the ceramic artist that I collaborated with on this collection. She does have her own brand that she makes ceramics for, but this collection is specific to my brand, and I'll only be selling it like on my shop. You can't get it at her shop. She sells like her own independent artist type beautiful ceramics. You should definitely go check her out. She's based in New Hampshire, and so us East Coast girlies decided to partner up and do this, and I'm so grateful. I feel like she had the perfect vision that aligned with mine. She was really open to collaborating, and she was really just like proactive. I want to amplify other business owners and artists, and this was like the first place to start, I feel. After the bowl, we have, let's start with this one, the matching debut tumbler. This is the cutest thing I've seen probably in my entire life. Ceramic tumbler with pink and white stripes around and a straw hole. It has that little design where it's like a thumbprint was pressed in here while she was making the cup. I love that little like accent. Another accent is that at the bottom, it's scalloped, so you see some like that bottom piece of the ceramic without the glaze. And then the inside is the same pink as the matcha bowl. So we have pink accents everywhere. Straw fits in here. And then I also have two other designs of that same tumbler. So they're the same size. I forget how many ounces, I have to go check. This one is green striped with the pink accent inside as well. And then this one is brown checkered, pink accent on the inside as well. I thought this would be so good for fall to introduce like the fall vibes. This one gives more summer vibes, but low-key pink is always for me, so I'm going to use this all year round. And then the green I think matches really well with a matcha, but also it's just like it's a cute thing to have. I don't know. I love them all. I can't choose a favorite, but this one really, I just had a vision for it, and I feel like Sarah really helped me make this come to life. So I like this one a lot. And then you gotta think about like how to match the bowl. They all match the bowl, but those are the 4 first ceramic products I will be selling on my shop, and I'm so freaking excited. I have a very limited quantity this first time around, and I'm doing the most amount of marketing for this launch than I have like ever before. So I am expecting pretty much all of this to sell out. This is all available to shop right now also. So go check out the site if you're interested in any of those. Good morning, happy Monday. This weekend I focused a lot on moving all the stuff and the clutter that was in this room down into my small business studio downstairs. I can't wait to wrap that up and to just finally have 2 separate spaces. I'm so lucky. I was really excited to do that. I also went to some thrift stores and picked up a bunch of things that I want to use as decor around this room and my small business studio. And then also for a little photo shoot I'm doing next week or 2 weeks from now for my fall collection, I have like like this idea in mind of like what I want the photos to look like. It involves a lot of props, so I went and got a lot of props from the thrift store. And then obviously when I was at the thrift store, I saw that all the fall stuff is out, as well as all of the holiday Christmas decor. I was like, this is too much too soon, but I will indulge. So I'm staring at a pile of just like thrifted things right now, but we're getting back to work. It's Monday. When it comes to organizing a pop-up where it's just me as the one small business that's going to be popping up, along with dropping a new collection, that involves a lot of prep work, it involves a lot of organization, and I can get very overwhelmed very easily when I care so much about how it all turns out, combined with like just having an infinite amount of things that need to get done before I launch and before the event happens. So I have been organizing all my thoughts on Milanote boards. My matcha Milanote board is actually absolutely beautiful, so I want to show you how I organized it. I do use Milanote every single week on my own because it's the best way to just organize all of my creative thoughts, but they are also sponsoring this video, which is so crazy. Thank you to Milanote for sponsoring. Okay, I don't think you guys are ready for this. This is my Milanote board. This is the Monica's Collective Matcha Pop-Up Milanote board. I'm looking at it here on my laptop while you guys are looking at it over here. Before I move forward with getting into the details of this board, let me first and foremost say that this is a free tool that you can use as a creative, as a small business owner, as a student, whatever you are. You can find some sort of template that you can use in order to visually organize all of your creative thoughts. I have 1,000,001 different creative ideas going on in my head, and it's so easy to just put everything onto a Milanote board. Before, I would use like so many different applications at a time because I wanted pictures, I wanted text, I wanted links, I wanted color swatches, I wanted to draw on the thing, and that all required like a bunch of different applications. But now I can do all of that like just on one Milanote board. It's how I organized literally my entire wedding. It's how I organized my first ever photo shoot for my business. It's how I organized literally every single one of my drops. It's like the secret to my success. Okay, now let's get into the details. The green and the pink vibes are just so beautiful. I've always imagined putting together an event kind of like this, with the vibes being very like matcha green, but with the pop of pink, and I feel like that board gives off that vibe. Every time I go and open this main board, I just get hit with a huge burst of inspiration and motivation. Let's start all the way on the left. This first area is where I like to just like get the game plan down on what I'm trying to accomplish. I have a little picture here of matcha, and the header is Monica's Collective and Hey Coffee People. Hey Coffee People is the name of the coffee shop that I'm doing this matcha pop-up with. The game plan is to, number one, convince my favorite local coffee shop to agree to let me do a pop-up at their storefront, and it's safe to say that I have done the first step of the game plan to create matcha products for the pop-up. I have indeed done that. And then 3, sip matcha and launch the matcha collection. That is what is pending right now. Underneath it, I put in little color swatches that I can just click and drag from the Milanote blocks on the left. I dragged in a color swatch to have it match like the green matcha that I'm looking for, and then another one for a soft pink. The detail section is one of my favorite parts because it helps me organize everything into a really like easy to look at kind of thing. Instead of just having like words and pictures everywhere, I can have a board within a board, like a nested board, so that I can have different sections to click into. So the first section I'm clicking into is my mood board, and this just re-emphasizes the green, the pink, the creams, the fun, the bright vibes that I'm looking for. This is also where I kind of like to brainstorm and to collaborate with people that I'm working with on this board and on this event. So I'm working with Hey Coffee People, and I'm also always constantly working with Marty, who is my marketing intern. And then for this collection specifically, I also worked with a ceramic artist. So for all of those people I'm collaborating with, I can give them invite access to this Milanote board, and they can also edit, they can view it depending on what permissions I give them. They can add doodles if they want, similar to what you're seeing here, and we can just collaborate in a fun way. I also put the really important things on this main board, like things to buy, so cup sleeves, a new small display, and then promotional stickers. These 3 things I just like keep forgetting to work on and to purchase, so I put it on the main board just so I can see it every time I launch the board. Under that, I have the matcha collection checklist, and these are the actual products that are going into the collection. So I have a picture of a candle, picture of a tea, and picture of the ceramics, along with to-do lists as to what I need to do for each project. Again, this helps me stay organized and lets my collaborators know what I'm working on. And then the last thing in this section is a pop-up display checklist. so I don't want to forget anything at home. I just have a bullet list of all the different items that I definitely need to bring. Since I haven't done a pop-up in about a month, 2 months, it's great to not have to go based on my memory and to just actually have things written down. My favorite thing about these blocks is that you can move them around too. So I have a general to-do down here, and you can move it anywhere around the board. You can check things off. You can set deadlines for each of these. You can also change the color of the blocks. I kept them a simple white, but you could change them to different colors. And then I just layered on a whole bunch of cute pictures on the right side because that was the vibe. All the way on the right, I have a picture of the coffee shop that I will be doing this event at, and you can add little captions at the bottom. So I put, "Hey Coffee People storefront in Hoboken, New Jersey." So as you can see, Denow has a number of click and drag features that you can add to any board. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want it to be. But one thing that I want to definitely do more of on my Denow boards is to just make them a little bit more personalized. So as you saw, I had some doodles in there, but I'm gonna add a few more right now. Also, what's really cool is that whatever updates I make on my computer or iPad, it'll sync to my Denow app on my phone. So I'll always have the most updated edits with me while I'm on the go. On top of the fact that while I'm at the event, me and my collaborators are gonna want to just like make edits, check things off for our to-do list. We can all just update the Denow board and know what we're all up to. So this board is going to be my second brain while I continue to prep for the event and for the collection launch. I love that it's keeping me and the people on my team on the same page, both when it comes to our creative aesthetic, and it also keeps us on track for meeting certain goals that we have for the event for the launch. There's so many use cases for the Denow platform, whether you're a student, a business owner, literally anyone who just has creative thoughts and projects going on. It's such a game-changing thing to be able to brain dump all of your creative thoughts onto an organized board. It's almost like making art in and of itself by planning the art because the boards just end up looking so pretty. So if you would like to start organizing your next creative project using Denow, you can check them out using the link in my description for free. Thank you to Denow for sponsoring this portion of the video. It gets so bright in my office in the afternoon, and it makes me like need to look away from my computer because of the glare. That's a good thing because it makes me take a break. I have been working on this reel that I want to post today. That's just me making matcha at my matcha nook, and I'm gonna do a voiceover on top of it, I think, talking about each of the products, what each of the products are called, because I didn't actually name them yet officially, at least on social media. I kind of figured out the names of them kind of this morning. I've been playing around with a couple different names, but this morning I think I decided exactly what I want to call them. So that's what this reel is. I edit everything on Adobe Premiere Pro, so that's what I'm doing right now. Also, when I went thrifting yesterday, I found this that I think could be perfect for the matcha pop-up, depending on how cold or hot it is. This is a little pink cardigan, but it matches my matcha candle so well. I don't know if I have a matcha candle up here. I think I brought them all downstairs, but I'll put a little picture here. It matches the font of the candle really well, and I think that could be perfect, especially with the pink little accents. I think this will be good. It's originally from Old Navy, but I thrifted it for $6. Also, another random thing, I don't know if this will fit the vibe, but I kind of like this plate, and I thought I could put like the mini candles on here, like serving it on a platter, because I want to market the matcha trio as like a matcha flight. How you would have like a beer flight or a wine flight or even like an espresso flight I've seen at coffee shops. I want this to be kind of like a matcha flight, except obviously it's not matcha. The beverage, it's matcha candles. I think a little cute just platter of one of each of the minis on here, have it on the display for people to sniff. I think that could be so cute. And I like the red because it's starting to bring in the fall vibes a little bit, but it doesn't fully match the cream green and pink aesthetic that I'm going for the event itself. I might take some product photos on this tomorrow though, just for the website. I think it could be cute. This was $6. All right, still editing the reel. I always forget how long it takes me to actually get all these short form pieces of content done, but it's so important, especially on launch day or launch week, because that's what builds the hype. That's what lets people know that your products exist and that they're going to be launched soon. I used to wonder like, oh, why aren't people buying my stuff? Like, why do I get 0 sales on launch day? And it's because nobody knows that my products exist. Nobody knew the stuff was launching on Friday because I didn't tell anyone. Posting like one story 2 weeks ago does not cut it. People are being bombarded with so much information on all of these social media apps that you kind of have to do the same. I like to go with quality over quantity, so I don't put out like multiple pieces of content out every single day. I kind of try to make videos and carousels and pictures that really grab your attention and make you think about that thing for longer, for the next 24 hours or so. I posted this carousel, and because of the doodles, because you've never seen those pictures before, because I was making a big announcement, I feel like people really engaged with that post and potentially thought about it more than just in that one moment. I also posted this video where I was just making a matcha ASMR styled with a little bit of like jazz in the background. I think that also caught people's attention because on my page at least, I have never really shown the process of using my products to a certain extent. I'll usually show my displays at markets, or I'll show like a product placement, but I don't often show like how to use the products that I sell, which is something I'm trying to change. People definitely have a bigger emotional reaction when they see something where they're like, oh, I can do that too, or I want to live that life too. I want to look like that. I want to have that same experience. And so creating content that positively influences people in a way that lets them know all the benefits of following my brand and purchasing my products, that's kind of what I'm trying to do from now on. So as I type up the script for this voiceover, that's what I'm gonna have in mind, knowing that done is better than perfect, obviously, but I do want to kind of focus on using a lot of words and a lot of like engaging clips that will hook the viewer and let them know that this is something they want to keep an eye on. Alright guys, here's the product photography setup this morning. There are a few lawns being mowed at the moment, so apologies if that's loud. I set up my backdrop for the first time in a little while because I wanted a light background. Sometimes I will use my hedges for the background, or I've done that maybe like twice so far since we moved. I was feeling a light background. I might actually have to take this down to iron it, but I don't know. The creases might be a vibe. I gotta think about that. I have one of my vertical edge tables set up. This is one of the nesting tables. I think it's the medium size, and I love the light wood. It fits my brand's aesthetic so much, so I just have that set up. I'm gonna do some full body shots, but mainly just some like flat lays, so this should be good enough. I have my camera tripod out here. I have my phone tripod. I'm gonna take some vertical content. This is what I'm shooting today. I just have the 3 tumblers, the matcha bowl, the 3 mini candles, which I haven't actually shown yet, so you'll see more while I take pictures. I have the big matcha candle, and then I use my G7X to take a lot of the more like, I don't know, digital vibes pictures. A lot of my product photos are taken with this, and then obviously water because I've got to stay hydrated out here. This is the most legit product photography shoot I've done in a little while by myself, and the most prepared I've ever been, so I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna spend potentially like about an hour taking pictures. I don't want to spend too long and just overdo it. I can think of like infinite amount of shots that I want, but I really should just focus on like the main ones that I know will be really good. The good thing about doing a photography shoot for the products is that you get a whole bunch of pictures done all at once. Also, all the pictures will look kind of similar, in a similar aesthetic, and sometimes that's what I'm going for when it comes to the product listings. All right, let's do this while the sun is at an angle, because when it's right above at like noontime, then the lighting looks bad on actual products. Now we're actually gonna make a matcha. I refuse to waste anything. Every time I use a prop that's like food or edible, I cannot waste it. I can't just use it as a prop. It needs to be used after. I just feel so bad. Even though I bet when you see props in so many other photography photo shoots, like I know that the stuff that they use is probably just meant to be used for that shoot and then it's probably not eaten, it's probably thrown away. I can't do that. I can't. I tried so hard. It would be so easy because then I wouldn't have to worry about like, I don't know, making sure all of like the things are clean so that I can drink it after. I don't know. I've been wanting to shoot this specific shot for so long. At this point, I want some natural light, a blue sky, a pink cardigan, and my custom matcha products. I've been envisioning this for so long. I'm so happy I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm glad that was caught on camera. All right, the matcha is made. This is my morning matcha for today because I don't want to waste any props. I don't have any weights for my backdrop, so it's kind of falling every now and then, so I just have to be careful because the wind is coming exactly right behind the backdrop. But this is the angle I need it at for the good lighting. Candle is doing its thing. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. Yep, it just fell. Okay, I wonder if it's time to stop for the day. I'm all done. I'm packing up now. It took me probably like an hour and a half to do all of that. And then as soon as I take the pictures, I immediately have to go and edit them because I get really excited to see what they'll end up looking like on my site. I really like this backdrop. I just got it from Amazon like maybe 2-3 years ago. It's really not the best, but it works. And then unfortunately, Vertical Edge doesn't sell those nesting tables anymore. So I'm really happy I grabbed them when I could. While I was at the thrift store the other day, I did see some like natural wood type tables, and maybe IKEA has similar stuff. Obviously it won't be as like easy to assemble and disassemble, but I'll see if I can find something similar and link it. I am immediately sat right here with my laptop. I have a few different things to edit, but definitely the thing that needs to go out today is announcing the trio. I didn't actually properly show you guys. I imagine a matcha flight, you know? 3 different sorts of matcha, a little bit of each so you get a taste of all of them. The hardest part at a matcha shop is choosing which matcha to get, because at some of these matcha shops now they have so many different flavors and they all sound so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a whiff of this candle and it's putting me in heaven. So obviously we have the classic matcha, creamy matcha latte and bergamot. This is my classic matcha latte scent. And then I was like, honestly, I love pink and green together, as we've well established. I also love a good strawberry iced matcha latte. So that's what we're doing here with the splash of vanilla. So this one's like a creamy strawberry, like think strawberries and cream times matcha, you know? That's what this smells like. And it's heavenly. And then we have the hot matcha latte and salted honey. This one is like leaning fall vibes, but it's also very like common for matcha to be mixed with some sort of like salted caramel or like salted honey, salted something, honeycomb. Matcha doesn't mix well with like everything. It needs to be subtle flavors because otherwise then you won't be able to taste the matcha, since matcha is such a delicate scent or flavor. So that's what I was going for with this. This one definitely is different, but so good and unlike anything I've put out before. So all these together end up creating the beautiful matcha trio, or I'm actually going to call it a matcha flight. It'll come in this box. It'll be, as of right now, I only have like these two new ones sold in the set. I don't know if I'm gonna sell them individually. I'm kind of gonna use the flight as a tester, see if people like them enough to buy the flight and then sell the individuals, but who knows? I change my mind all the time. So I might offer them individually. I just feel like they all complement each other so well, so you almost need to get all three to notice the difference and to appreciate the difference. I'll think on that. But yeah, let's edit the reel where I announce the flight. Okay, hello. It's launch day. From what I recall, I haven't updated you for the past 2 days after I took those product photos and started editing them. This is the good part about being prepared for launches. I think this is the most prepared I've ever been for a collection launch because I put not as much pressure on it. I was genuinely very excited about the contents of this collection. And we're approaching the time of year where I am just personality-wise most productive. So all of that combined made this collection really great when it came to preparing for it. So when I hit a few roadblocks past couple days where I needed to focus on some other things, personal life and also just like content related, distracted with different priorities, I felt fully able to do that even though I had a launch coming up because I was just so prepared and I've never felt that feeling before. So this is not me bragging. This is me being like, what the heck? Good job, kind of. But it is launch day at 8:44 a.m. and I have a couple additional things I need to update. I need to actually officially make the product listings. I have all the details that need to go into the product listing in a Notion page. I just have to like copy and paste that over. I want to shift around a few things on my website, like on the homepage. I want to update some of the pictures because I now have updated pictures of some new products. I want to add those to the site. I want to draft a Instagram post, do a few other little admin things. I think my ceramic artist emailed me this morning or yesterday, so I want to respond back to her and also just like give her a lot of props. Sarah has been great through this whole process and I've never like really worked with any other small business owner in this capacity before, so I wasn't sure what to expect, but I just feel like she really understood my vision and was really patient when it came to me asking questions and not really knowing like the process when it came to creating ceramics. I originally told her I wanted everything in by next week, I believe, or it might even be like 10 days from now, because I was originally going to have this launch as like a pre-sale launch where people can order, but they won't receive everything until like a week or two later, knowing that all the products have to be made first and shipped over to me and then shipped over to the customer. But because of how quick she has been getting everything to me, I'm able to just like launch normally and be able to ship everything out to people. I think I'm getting one more shipment into my PO box from her today. I'll go pick those up probably in this video. Anyway, I really got to get to all my work, so enjoying a hot matcha today. You can have a hot matcha in this too, or a hot coffee. The only issue is that it gets pretty hot, so low-key, I'm thinking about making some koozies. That would be really cute, I think. I love matcha. All right, let's get working.
I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can.
Okay guys, I'm getting the launch jitters. I have 5 more minutes till I launch the site. Let me actually see how many people are on the site right now. Some people will wait on the site. About 20 minutes ago, I put it as password protected so no one can access the site except for me, just so I can make some last minute edits, especially to the homepage. I didn't want people to see things before it's ready to be seen. Okay, let's see. I have like a raging headache too, just from like excitement. All right, what is it? Analytics. Live view. Okay, there's 4 people on the site right now waiting. On top of the matcha collection launching, I'm also putting everything else on sale. So I have a few more summer pouches and some random candles that I just have available in stock already made. And it's also Labor Day, so I figured I would do a Labor Day weekend sale. I should probably post something on Instagram. I'll do it when it launches. I'm frazzled as always. Even though I was very prepared for this launch, I still get frazzled. I think I did everything. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks good. Great. So, I mean, I'm sure there's some mistakes here and there, but I will fix them as I find them. Just to stay busy, I am going to let me just post something. Let me post the countdown. I'm just posting a picture of me and the countdown expiring. All right, 1 minute left. I drained my matcha. There's like literally nothing left. I'm keeping one of each of these, obviously. I'm keeping the samples, but the samples ended up being exactly the same as the final products because I love them so much and I don't know too much about ceramics, so I didn't know like technically about like the different details I can update. I'm sure as I go through this process more, I'll get more picky about, I don't know, like the angle of this thing. Okay, I don't want to talk directly to the camera right now because I'm gonna forget to unpassword protect this at the right time. So let me just watch the clock. Okay, it's 12. It's 12. I have to record me. Okay, all right, save. All right, let's see if I can access it from a different, it's live. It's live. Look how cute. Wait, let me go back to the main page. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we just wait and see who's online. I don't often get so many orders right as soon as I launch, so I'm not expecting like everything to sell out right now. I think throughout the weekend things will sell, but it's always fun to just see like who's waiting around at noon. Okay, where are we? Okay, 6 visitors right now, 11 visitors. I think I just got my first order. 2 orders? Okay. The first order was from Canon. This is going all the way to Texas. They got the strawberry milk tumbler. It seemed like the strawberry milk tumbler might have been the most popular when it came to like polls that I put out, but it was like between that one and like the green tumbler. And then a very close second order still at 12:02 was from Catherine, and they got the debut matcha bowl. Oh my goodness. And then very close after that at 12:03, Damaris got the matcha candle flight. So a variety of products. Sarah ordered. Sarah is the artist I work with on this ceramics project. Guys, huge shout out to Sarah for being the best ever collaborator. I think I already thanked her and mentioned her so many times in this video, but she's so supportive. What the heck? I would have just sent her these candles. She didn't have to buy the flight. Okay, well, that's so kind, and I'm going to add in some fun things in her order. Definitely. Oh my gosh, there are 9 active carts, 8 people are checking out, and 4 people purchased so far. 39 visitors right now. What? What's going on? This might be crazy. I gotta tell everyone to use the discount code for free shipping because not that many people used it. Maybe they don't know. One more order from Taryn. I feel like you've ordered before. Am I wrong? I don't know. This seems like a familiar name. But Taryn got the grassy milk tumbler. Oh my gosh, such a variety. No one's gotten the same thing yet, I don't believe. Order from Victoria. Also got the grassy milk tumbler. I think there's only one more grassy milk tumbler listed because I wanted to save some for a pop-up that I'm doing. Another strawberry milk tumbler. Okay, people aren't as into the cookie milk tumbler is what I am seeing, at least right off the bat. Hussein got the matcha bowl and strawberry milk tumbler. Are all the strawberry milk tumblers done now? So I only stocked the site with 3 of each of the tumblers because I wanted to save a couple of each for a pop-up that I'm doing. Also, I only made 5 of each because I don't know, I wanted to test out these designs. I didn't want to go and, first of all, financially invest in a bunch of products that I didn't test out yet. And then also, I don't know, lack of confidence in myself and my creative direction. Cassandra also got a grassy milk tumbler. I think they're sold out now. Let me check. They're sold out. And the strawberry milk tumblers are also sold out. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Should I restock these? Do I restock them? Oh gosh. 25 visitors right now, 13 active carts, 10 checking out. Tiffany, thank you so much for your order. You ordered so much for me. That's so nice. She got the matcha bowl, the buttercream whip and oat pine berry candle. It's so good. That one's actually my favorite. And the matcha candle flight. Perfect. And then she got free shipping because her order was over 100. Wow, 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 wow. Wow.
Trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can. got nothing left. I've been staring at the ceiling. I've been staying up all night. Everything I ever worked for vanished in the